And good evening from Klein Scout Field. I'm Jared Obleckner. And today is the final regular season home game for the Newton Sluggin Rebels as they face the Hutch Monarchs it's going to be game 3, game 4, and as always, we will be live streaming the final game of the regular season tomorrow at 7. But today, it's a very special day since it is the last home game. As lineups are being called out right now. Carver's not with me right now, as I was mentioning earlier, it's going to be award day for the Sluggin Rebels, as like we always said, it's the last home game, so awards are going to be handed out. We got the MVP of the team, sponsored by Carl Hodges and family. Carl Hodges is, if you may not know, he is the owner and founder of the Sluggin Rebels back in the year 2000. And he will be presenting the team MVP award. And today, they also brought out a new award for the pitchers. It's going to be pitchers only VIP. And so I'll take a quick break and we'll get the mic set up on the outfield. Or sorry, not on the outfield, but you'll be able to hear everything and see who's the MVP. And, we'll take a quick break.
With the organization a couple of years. Her daughter Zoe is next, and we want to especially thank her for all her help with the concession stand and the running back and forth between the press box and things like that. She's been phenomenal in that regard as well. So thank you so much for those volunteers that have helped make the 2022 Sluggin Rebels season what it is. As is tradition at Carl Hodges Family and Friends Alumni Night, we are honored to recognize 2 Sluggin Rebels players for their accomplishments on the field this season. For the first time, the Sluggin Rebels proudly present the John Oldham and Family Pitcher of the Season Award. This award recognizes outstanding play by a member of the pitching staff during the summer season. This year's inaugural award goes to Griffin Hewitt. Griffin had a great season, winning 4 of the 6 games he pitched. He was charged with no losses and finishes the season with a remarkable ERA of 1.80. He struck out 30 batters while giving up only 12 walks in 30 innings of work this summer. Griffin, Kansas. Here to present tonight's award is the general manager, Coach Mark Carvella. Griffin Hewitt, everybody. Congratulations, bud. The Carl Hodges and Family Most Valuable Player Award is given annually to a player who makes an outstanding contribution to the team throughout the summer season. This year's Most Valuable Player Award goes to Ethan Guerra, utility player and relief pitcher. Ethan had a great season, playing in 26 games with 99 at-bats and a season batting average of .353. Ethan hit 3 home runs on the season, including, I might add this, 2 grand slams back-to-back on 2 different nights. That was amazing. He had 6 doubles and a triple, leading the team in slugging percentage and RBIs. Not only did he help the team on offense, but Ethan's defensive prowess resulted in a season fielding percentage of .714. Ethan is from Olathe, Kansas, and his next school is up in the air right now as he is put himself out there for any college to take a look. All right, presenting that award also is the general manager of the Sluggin Rebels, Mr. Mark Carvello. And at this time, we're going to have Coach Carvello offer a few words of advice and encouragement here.
Supporting the Newton Sluggin Rebels. So many to thank the sponsors, the community, the rec department for this beautiful field. The big thank you, big time for the volunteer staff, players, coaches, and of course, everybody that's just been here, the fans. 2 months have been pretty special. We've made some improvements this year, and I want to thank Carl Hodges for starting the New Rebels back in the year 2000. It's been 2000. I mean, that's when he started this, and we're still there, and the legacy lives on, and I want to keep it going. What do you say? Let's keep it going. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the night.
All right, thank you very much, Coach, for those inspirational words. And a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. At this time, would everyone please rise? Remove your hats and direct your attention to the American flag flying tonight in deep center field over the 390 sign as we honor the folks America with the singing of tonight's national anthem. It is our pleasure to welcome Emma Thompson, who is standing right beside me, a student at Hutchinson Community College. Emma's uncle is good friends with our very own Sluggin Rebels Director of Hospitality, Mr. Jim. So we are very delighted to have her joining us here this evening. Emma, please sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the kids the bombs bursting in it gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That, ladies and gentlemen, is how the national anthem is done. Thank you, Emma Thompson. Hutchinson Community College is very glad to be joining you, or having you join their staff. Who's ready for Sluggin Rebel baseball? Let's hear ya. All right,
And I am back. As always, I'm Jared Olechner. And if you just caught up with us, we had some awards to give out pregame, and we had the pitcher of the year, who was given to Griffin Hewitt, who's had himself an amazing year so far. Had 4 wins, no losses, and he's pitched 6 times. He's a pretty man on the team. I think with a 1.7, somewhere around that range. And the MVP, without a doubt, well, the team was Ethan Guerra. He's amazing at the plate and in the field. As you know, we looked at his fielding percentage at shortstop, and man, I think it was at a point, or is that like a .95? He has about 100 plus innings played at shortstop, and I think that's remarkable, as he is out of high school, still looking for a college to take him. We're going to take a quick break as I get everything set up, but we are going to start right now as Lane Brewster's up. But I'm going to take a quick break. The game will still be going, but I'll be right back. And welcome back. Carv is coming in to join us. But Lane Brewster's here to lead off for the Hutch Monarchs. Brewster's playing center field, as that's going to be a strikeout. As the pitcher on the Sluggin Rebels today is Justin Nace. And Carv's here right back with us.
Good to see. It's been a while. I haven't seen you in a while there, but it's good to be back, and I hope everything went pretty well from up here.
Yeah, it sounded pretty nice up here. As now we got one out for Nace after that strikeout. Now we have Alex Burge. Burge is hitting .350 on the season. So now it's 2-0.
An ace from NEO Community College, Northeastern Oklahoma, that is.
But now it's 2-1. And he looks at strike number 2, so now it's 2-2 for Alex Burge.
So what'd you think? Were you surprised by the winners? I know you put in your vote. And
I wasn't too shocked. I mean,
okay, I want to make sure,
Looking by the stats, it was pretty easy to see, as that's going to be hit by pitch. That's just not what you want with the 2-2 count. Is now Burge heads to first.
You don't need to give extra guys, get guys on, let them earn it. But yeah, no, it was pretty neat seeing that. I know, Guerra, I think he was a little surprised, actually, a little, and he was like, oh man, I can't believe this,
When I announced us, it was no doubt.
Yeah,
Guerra.
We've had some guys with some good years that you brought up, some good seasons, and he's definitely got stepped up. I mean, especially real near the 2 grand slams in a row.
Yeah. Now we got Sawyer Thornhill hitting third, and that's going to be fouled off, hit off of Thornhill right there. So now it's 0-2.
It's always nice, and then we started the John Oldham family, and I mean Griffin Hewitt. I think he was a little surprised.
There's been a lot of great players so far for the Sluggin Rebels this season. But now it's 1-2 for Thornhill, and what I saw on the lineup sheet for the Monarchs is one of the Monarchs' best hitters against us is Barron. He's not playing today.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes right now you want to sit some guys, get them a little rest. I mean, they've already got their fate. I mean,
Yeah.
they're going to World Series, and they're going to play this weekend.
So that's just going to be really inside, and they're going to say that hit him. Probably nicked the jersey, it seemed like, as that's going to be the second hit by a pitch on a 2-2 count. But now runner on second and first. Not the start you want for Nace.
No, and this is you want it. We need to come out of the box and be ready to play these guys. Like we said, the good teams you can't give extra outs, extra runners, because they'll take advantage of it. The bad teams you can get away with it.
Nixon Brannon is at the 4-hole. He looks at strike number 1. Brandon stats, he's in 348 this season. 11 games played. 46 at-bats with 16 hits. Slugging percentage is .717. So that's going to be called a ball 1-1. Runners at...
Yeah, Justin Nace with that 4.0 ERA. 4 games. 9 innings pitched.
So they're going to try and get a check back, and that was a very close one right there, as he's going to be called safe. 2-1 the count.
I mean, Nace has 9 innings pitched right there. Hasn't pitched a lot. So his arm should be pretty well rested, I'd say, So let's see.
See what Nace has here is Allen's going to be popped straight up into the infield, and they'll try and make a play on that. And they won't, as that's just going to be barely out of play. Jack Little at first today.
He definitely climbed that fence.
So once again, it's a 2-2 count. And so far, last 2-2 counts, they've been a hit by pitch. So hopefully Nace can break up that streak. One out. Nace gets that one to be fouled off.
Yeah, Nace has some good movement and everything. He just needs to keep that ball down right there. It's just, you can see the movement, especially into the right-handed batter. Being a lefty, you can see it kind of like sliding action right into him.
Barron fouls that one straight towards us in the score box.
That's one thing I noticed. I mean, especially, yesterday during the game, they sure foul off a lot of pitches, don't they?
That's usually not a good sign, That means they're getting close.
Yeah, that means, that they're timing. I think Tony Gwynn was the guy that did it on purpose. I don't know. The pitch he liked. And I can believe that.
He was Tony Gwynn was not really known for home runs, but he's known for getting on base and getting hits, and that's what made him one of the greats. So that one's going to be a nice pitch by Nace right there. That's going to be strikeout number 2. All these strikeouts for the Sluggin Rebels are sponsored by Pizza of Newton. No one out pizza is the Hut. Now we got 2 outs.
Well, and you can see right there. He's pitching away, then boom, busting in.
That was a great pitch by Nace right there. But now we have Hunter Autry playing. He was the DH last time. Now he's going to play DH last time. Now he's going to play first base.
Yeah, Autry, he's kind of a big hero yesterday, wasn't he?
But now it's 1-0. 2 outs. Farr's still on second and first. I've almost got away from Harper right there. 2-0.
Well, that's they have a lot of guys that step up. I mean, that we have seen. So that's up and down that lineup. And yesterday I was impressed. We had some guys. You brought it up at the end of the broadcast. That we had some guys stepping up, especially at the bottom part of the order.
Yeah, I mean, because it seemed like our top of the order. I think at one point Garrett and Hill and Gerard, they're all 1 and 5, but then we had people like Palmer and Owens kind of step up and get those extra base hits that helped us get some sacrifices. That one's going to be drilled straight towards in the inning.
Hit it well. Got out of that.
As we had 2 hit by pitches, but still got the shutdown inning right there with a 0-0 score still in the as we head to the bottom of the first. And we'll give you the Sluggin Rebels lineup right after this break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the bottom of the first. And as promised, I'll read off the batting order for the Sluggin Rebels as we have Jack Bell back in the lineup today. He's going to be playing left field. He's going to be leading off for us with Ethan Guerra behind, with Caleb Hill at the 3 spot, Drake Gerard at cleanup, Dalton Patton at 5th, Micah Dvorak at 6th, Jack Little at 7th, Harper at 8, and Palmer at 9. Seems like today we're just a lot of heavy hitters on our.
Yeah, and we got Jack back, so we'll see what he could do. Some guys, I guess, need a day off.
We'll foul this one off towards the right field side.
You know, and I mean, these games are as important as this weekend. I mean, this doesn't have any difference in the standings. We're still going to be playing Hayesville. The only difference might be at the top. Would it be Cheney we play, or Hayesville? Or Hutch. And the thing is, we have no control over that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That part, we can only control that. We are going to be playing.
Yeah. But now it's 0-2 for Jack Bell.
And Derby will be hosting the other half.
In that game, and that's going to be on Saturday as well.
Right,
too.
they're playing Kingman.
Okay. That one's fouled back from Jack Bell. And on the mound for the Hutch Monarchs, we have Corbin Hawkins. He has a 4.43 ERA, 2-1 this season. And that one's going to be a nice hit by Jack Bell. As that's going to
right side,
drop down right in front of the right fielder.
And that's what you and I were talking about off the air. That it's going to be going away, especially a pitcher like that. Everything goes away. You have to take that to the right side.
So that's going to be a Central National Bank of Newton base hit right there. And now we got Ethan Guerra, who just won the team VIP, or not VIP, MVP award.
MVP, so we can start yelling at MVP, right? No, he's a humble young man, for sure.
Look at that.
A good eye.
Low ball.
You know, and it's good because these 2 games, I'd be working on some execution and things like that to help you in that tournament, because that tournament's what it's all about right now.
That's why I kind of like to see the line they have right now with, you know, everyone's that's going to be a pass, or not a pass ball, but just bounce off the.
You might have a wild pitch there.
Bounces off the catcher right there, and that'll be an easy free base for Jack Bell.
Okay, and this one I'm talking about execution. Whatever he does, you know, it's the left-handed hitter. Try to pull the ball if it's there. If he's pitched, especially if that ball's coming into him, get him over to third base.
Let's see what Guerra does here with the 2-0 count. That's going to be inside. Would have hit him if he didn't move out of the way. But, I mean, that's going to be, you don't want a fastball right down the hip, especially with the tournament coming up, as now it's 3 now. Bell at second. Hawkins looks back, throws a pitch, and it's going to be ball number 4. That's going to be a walk for Guerra. So now similar situation as the last inning, as Runners are on second and first. And now we have the designated hitter, Caleb Bell, or Bell, sorry, not Hill. Hill's been a great addition so far.
Yeah. Been here, a couple of weeks. Won a Bethel College Player of the Game. And there he is, just walking in. The hit guy. This is the guy right here, Carl Hodges.
Now it's 1-0.
You going to talk to us, Carl? It's Jared here. You want to talk to us? You got time?
That ball's going to be popped up into the infield.
Well, sitting right there is something that we didn't move the runner, and that's things that we got to work on. We definitely have to work on.
We will have Carl Hodges on the mic.
Yeah, we'll get Carl on here, and
Probably
believe me, he can tell you the history of this. This better than anybody here.
Might do that next inning. But now Drake Gerard's up. 1 out. So that's going to be a nice pitch right there from Hawkins. Strike number 1.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised because Caleb is a good bunter. I thought he might bunt him over or, try to hit something that is fast, pull it.
0-1. Gerard's going to smack that one straight through the third base line. And that's going to score a couple runs maybe as Garrett will stop at third. And that's going to be a stand-up double for Drake Gerard. And that's going to be an RBI for him as well.
I was about to bring up, too, it's the whole thing about baseball. It's like what you have to do is, you got to try to move a runner or something, then you pass on to the next guy. And when you make an out, like Hill did, and you made that out, but guess who picked him up? Gerard. And that's good. That's a good teammate right there.
That double by Gerard was sponsored by Midway Motors of Newton, your Chevrolet, GMC, and Buick dealer for every mile of a life. So now we got Dalton Patton up. He'll bloop this one up in front of this left fielder, and that's going to score another run. As that's going to be a Central National Bank base hit and an RBI for Dalton Patton.
This is what you want. You want to take this momentum. 2 games against the tough teams, and if you get some momentum, you start believing in yourself, and in that tournament, anything can happen.
Micah Dvorak up to the plate, and Dvorak's tonight, he's known for pitch hitting and getting those nice, crucial RBIs. As he has an RBI chance right here. With Gerard at third, it looks at strike number 1. With only 1 out. It'd be nice to have a 3-0 lead sometime.
It's nice to see that crooked number early. That's what you and I were talking about.
Dvorak hits this one towards the shortstop, and they're going to try and get the double play here, and Dvorak's not quick enough right there. As that's going to be a double play, and they'll end the inning for the Sluggin Rebels. So now we head to the top of the second. And we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. And welcome back to the top of the second. So now we got Cade Clemens. He's playing shortstop today. For the Hutch Monarchs, that's just going to be a nice hit right over Guerra. It's going to be a base hit.
Yeah, it was a nice, pretty base hit. Just nice, easy swing, line drive.
Strong start for the
You know, he just went with the pitch. You know, it's like I said, these guys, they'll definitely jump on, like most teams, they just jump on that fastball wherever it's pitched.
Now it's Ryan Henderson, who believe he drew the walk. Actually, no, he got, maybe remembering this wrong, I believe Henderson got potentially walked. We'll see, runner at first. No outs. Great defense by Harper right there.
So you're pretty excited to hear about from Carl here, aren't you?
Yeah.
I mean, the guy started this. If it wasn't for Carl, we wouldn't be here, Jared. I mean, that's
That's the beauty of it. Now it's 2-0. We're going to have a quick mound visit with Harper, as we had, I think, it's probably two miscommunications right there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's not a runner on second, so it's just something going on, or is it not seeing the signals or something, you know, that.
Yeah, it seemed like Harper was aimed inside, and both of those pitches were kind of outside, so either, miscommunication or it's just the ball's not getting there. And now it's 2-0. That ball's going to be fouling off straight towards the opposing team's dugout.
Again, here's the thing that we've been talking about: shutdown inning after you score. You know, you got that big zero. That's what we like to see. Zero at the top of the second inning.
Big swing and a miss. So now it's 2-2 for Henderson.
Yeah, Henderson's the guy that drew the walk in the 11th inning that ended the game last night.
Now it's 2-2. That's going to be a nice inside pitch for strikeout number 3.
You know, you could always tell if a pitcher has some wicked stuff because the backward Ks. That means they're just sitting there looking. And he's had 2 of his 3 strikeouts are like that.
That one's also sponsored by the Pizza Hut at noon for that strikeout. Will Maynard up to the plate now, playing the 8-hole. That's going to be a call for strike number 1. He's playing right field today.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. The outfield yesterday, and you look back at that game, that
diving catch by Palmer. So that's going to be a ball.
Talk about that. The tough sky, when the tough sky came, and we had 2 pop-ups that, first behind Gary, as soon as it went up, where is it? Then of course the big one, Palmer. Now the one Guerra, couldn't see, that didn't score. But the one that Palmer did, was out in the outfield.
That one scored a man from first all the way to home just because it was.
Yeah, because it was in like
right as Palmer threw his hands out. I think that's when the base runner started running because he knew that he had no idea where the ball was. But we got those runs right back.
Well, and it's tough if you're an outfielder because you don't want to give it away, but you have to communicate so the other outfielder can come run over and maybe he can come get it. But it was just, and you look at it, that one run, that's pretty.
Yep, and we lost by 1 run off a walk-off. That's going to be another ball, so now it's 2-2.
He's got some good movement, run right across there.
A lot of 2-2 counts for Nace so far. See what he does here. That's going to be just a chop up.
He's trying to stay alive.
Yeah. Runner still in first.
Threw 2 balls at him. He was dodging 2 baseballs right there.
We've seen 2 mount visits so far from Harper and Nace, so kind of see what that's about. We'll see what happens here. 2-2. It's going to be another foul towards the left side. Rebels up 2-0. Runner takes off, and Harper will try and get him, and they will not. So that's going to be a stolen base right there for I believe that was Clemens.
Yeah, that was a good pitch for him to go to. It was kind of low and away, but had to dig that up a little.
And now it's a full count for Maynard.
Wow.
Yeah, look at ball number 4.
That was close.
Great at bat for Maynard right there.
So it was close to get that, you know what I mean? Look, of course, we can't tell from here.
Ref saying it's probably a little too outside.
Yeah. You know, and some umpires, they'll call it a ball out or whatever, something like that, and call it. Some are real tight, and you definitely have to be on the white. That's what you're going to have to figure out as a coach, and your catcher needs to figure that out.
Bottom of the order, Will Starks. Looks at a high ball. 1-0, and this will be a crucial out right here.
Yeah,
you don't want to get to the top of the order with 1 out and bases loaded.
And Stark did a good job yesterday. We were talking about it in the 9-hole. Scored 2 times.
Low ball, 2-0.
I mean, when he throws strikes, it's pretty nasty. You know, it's just sometimes just a control, just controlling that fastball.
So he tries to get him on the inside one, but a little too inside. Made Starks move, now it's 3-0.
And sometimes that's because your delivery changes instead of being having a consistent delivery.
Starks gears up, looks ready. 3-0 the count, Nace. That's going to be a high ball, and that's going to be another walk.
Yeah, you don't want – this is the last thing you want right here, walk a couple guys to the top of the lineup against this team.
Now you got Lane Brewster, who I believe last game he hit a triple off of a nice hit. We're going to have a mound visit already with Coach and the whole infield. See what this is about.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got to settle him down, ask what's going on. Or maybe, like I said, Coach is a pitching guy. Kyle Olson, he's a head coach at Heston College, but he was a pitcher in college. So, I mean, he knows what's going on. And
yeah, I mean, we also had, 2 mount visits so far with just Harper and Nace. So, I mean, it might be some communication issues, and try and see if everything can get back on track and we can get out of this inning.
Well, and try not to overthrow. It looks like a little overthrowing, but right now he's got 23 strikes, 19 balls. That's not – you want that 2-to-1 ratio. It's something back when I played, and it still is. You want that strike to ball ratio.
Clean count.
But that's how many balls in a row now?
I believe that is well, we can guarantee it's at least 5.
Yeah.
That's going to be another inside pitch. Almost hit him.
Yeah, it's just right now. It's been a problem right here with some of the other pitchers that we've had for the Rebels, just the consistency. And you can't do it against these guys.
2-0, another high one.
Yeah, you can't.
Got to wonder.
Yeah, you get that 2-0 lead, and, right now it's just giving it to him.
That's going to be strike number 1.
I always tell my you probably wouldn't know this, but I said, you ever seen that movie Weekend at Bernie's?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen
well, I
Weekend
said
at
you could put Bernie up there and have him draw a walk.
That's going to be ball number 4, and that's going to score a run for the Hutch Monarchs. But we'll see what goes on, and I think they're going to, they're looking at the bullpen, seeing
yeah, they need to look
have
at
some
it right now.
pitchers
This
ready.
is a game, if you're going out to win it, your pitchers have got to step up and just throw strikes.
Yep, and they are going to have some action in the bullpen, as we see.
Like I said, Nace hasn't thrown a lot, but look, he's all over the place.
That's another inside pitch, almost hit him.
The offense works hard, and they built that 2-0 lead. And so he's, like I say, take a big breath. We talked about that with young Gillig yesterday, taking that big breath, and he pitched 3 innings. I mean, just relaxed and one hit.
Yeah,
did a great job.
Amazing 3 innings. I feel like if we had a Bethel College player of the game that day, it would have been would have easily been Alex Gillig. But
and I was out there afterwards in the huddle there talking to the players, and Coach Jones brought that up.
Another low ball, 2-1.
But it gets in your head right now. You know, you're thinking, what am I doing wrong? I'm doing this. You know, it's just really, when you're on that mound, I've been there, and it's not a fun feeling as a pitcher.
That ball's going to be hit deep towards center field, and Palmer will be right under it, but that might be deep enough for all the runners to advance, and it will.
You know, you should have probably threw it, try to get in second there, but because he didn't have a chance of throwing him at third, but he needed to get the ball down. He might have had something at third base, keep the corners right there, force out.
And now it's a tied game with Hutch only being responsible for one hit. And you can see Nace took a big old deep breath right before he threw.
And here you got one of probably the top hitter.
Yeah, because this one's just going to be right in front of the Jack Bell right there, and that's going to score 2 runs. It tries to. Seems like.
So that run right there that I think that Palmer should have just threw it second, that cost a run right there because, you know what I'm saying right there? I mean, you know, they hit the ball and the 2 runs scored instead of 1.
But now we're automatically down 2 runs.
That quick.
Yeah, that quick off of 2 hits. I believe 3 walks. And like we said, the Sluggin Rebels have had a problem with rotate.
Well, you just look at it right there. I mean, you know, you had three of these runs, maybe 4 are walks. So it's like pitchers are hurting themselves.
It's just not what you want to see. You know,
No,
Hutch,
I mean,
we've had a tough rotation so far against Hutch, and having a pitcher come in, top of the third, top of the second is just not what you want.
No, this isn't.
Coming into the tournament Saturday. So that ball's going to be chopped at Gerard, and we'll get right in front of it, and he'll make a play on the inning for the Hutch Monarchs as we now head to the bottom of the second. Now we're down by 2.
Yeah.
When we're up by 2 to start off the inning. Go with that. We'll take a quick break, and
we'll have a special person right here, Carl Hodges. I mean, right, break. Carl, you ready? All right.
And we'll be right back.
Hodges is here, and Carl, I know you're the one that started this back in the year 2000, and you might want to tell people what happened. How did you start this? Why did you start this team here in Newton?
Well, I'll tell you what, I've known you since the late 80s, Little League.
I was just a little boy. I was a little boy when I back then. Yeah.
Okay. Might have been early 90s. But anyway, you were taking pictures of the little guys back then.
Oh, yeah. Photographer. Yeah.
Well, I had 3 sons, as you know, and several of them played baseball, and my daughter played softball. So 2 oldest ones got out of high school. Not too many places you can play baseball, so I went ahead and just took the high school team that was actually the Wichita Bandits that first year.
Right. Was it Jack Little here? It looks like did he burn him? Nope. He caught it up there. So excuse me there, Carl.
Good catch there. Anyway, the team was originally supposed to be from your old hometown also. It was supposed to be in Monarch City, Kansas. I talked to the Burroughs brothers, who were the head coach and assistant coach at Cali County, and
you know those
we
guys.
kind of had a plan together since one of my sons had signed with Cali. They needed a place to have players play in the summer, and so we were trying to put it there, but didn't work out with the ADs and so forth to find dorm space for everybody in the summertime.
Right.
So we ended up here in Newton, and 22 seasons later, we're still here in Newton.
And you were the first head coach, right?
No, I was not. I was the first dog and pony. Matt Patrick, who was the one of the graduate assistant coaches at Wichita State, he was known as the Hammer when he played for Wichita State, left-handed first baseman. he was actually our first coach. Now, when the boys were still in high school and we were the Wichita Bandits,
I was going to say real quick, just kind of throw it for people out there. Brandon Harper had a base hit right up the middle, and now you have Tyler Palmer. So go ahead, Carl.
let's see. And so Matt Patrick was actually the first coach here at Newton for the Rebels. And then as time went on, I had players that came and played. Pat Hahn was a player.
How was Pat? I know Jared probably want to know this because he knows Pat pretty well. How was he as a player?
Well, he's a red-headed, freckle-faced kid from Illinois, farm boy from Illinois. He's a gamer. He still is a gamer.
He can still pitch.
Oh, he can still pitch.
He's smart.
He's a lot of fun to watch pitch.
That's why I mean a lot of these pitchers, they ought to watch him now because he knows the game. Doesn't throw as hard, but he'll get people out.
Yeah, he's. I'm gonna take. My grandson's gonna do a little instruction from him on pitching.
Make sure you use that Travis Downey.
I got Travis too. I told you I ran into Travis.
Downey, my guy.
The next week after we talked, I ran into Travis. He took pictures of me and my sisters and cousins at Old Chicago.
All right.
Travis was sitting right beside me. We didn't know it. And
oh no.
my cousin from Kansas City said, "Hey Travis," or said, "Hey sir, would you mind taking a picture of us?" And he turned around and it was Downey.
Oh.
So me and him just started talking about baseball. And
well, Travis still let everybody know he's a guy that played for me 4 years, coached me 5. He was my pitching coach and very instrumental in those championships we won at Friends.
Well, I think it's very important. Travis throws from the left side. I think it's important for a righty kid to take instruction from a lefty coach that teach him how to pitch. It's a mirror image.
Yeah, and he knows. Travis is, I think, one of the best pitching coaches in this region.
Yeah. Yep, he's a good guy, and so I got Travis's number, and we're going to send some kids to him. He wanted to do it, but we're going to wait till fall. Fall ball starts, be a little cooler outside, and
double play right there that gets us out of the inning again.
So I think with those two local young instructors, it's their turn to start teaching these younger guys. We both knew them when they were players, and now they're both coaching. With the exception of Hahn, you can still get him out on the field, but I remembered the guy from the Foresters one year, San Diego maybe. He was 63 years old. You might remember him that played in the NBC series. I think he got a double and actually ran to second base.
I'd be falling down right out of the batter's box. And
I'd have to have a
young
runner.
Guy like Jared run for us, you know.
Right out of the batter's box, pinch runner.
Well, so I mean, talk about the league. I mean, as I know, of course, I had a team. I was at Friends University, and we started.
Yellow Jackets, wasn't it?
No, it was Firebirds.
Firebirds.
Yeah, we started with Firebirds. And a little history on that is that my first meeting as a head coach at Friends University, I sat there and I go, I only had 15, 16 guys. How many guys played summer ball? 3 guys raised their hand. 1 guy's slow pitch count. That's a true story, you know. And then I said, we got to get a summer team.
And so you were kind of a directional guy when I came in the league because you had been in it for a few years in that league. And when I came into it, after that first year, in my ignorance, I didn't show up to a meeting, I guess. And the next meeting I made, I was the league president of the Walter Johnson League.
Yeah, and remember Jeff Wells.
Just
let Jared know, too. Jeff Wells from Derby. He was in the league.
Me
back
and Jeff.
Then. That's how long ago.
We talked many, many hours on the phone. At 9 or 10 a.m., he would call in the morning, and we would talk baseball.
He still does. Yeah. He hasn't changed.
I know. Jeff loved to bowl even, but we would talk baseball and just keep talking. That's just what we like doing.
Well, one thing that was really special between you and me, too, your son.
Yeah.
He was one of my favorite players, and Ryan. And, he played for me at Friends.
Friends, yes.
Did a great job. And he was one of the guys that helped Downey. They all we all try to build up the program, at that time. They were like the foundation, back then, because we were still trying to figure it out. Nace is still in there, so we'll see how that goes right now.
Who was your other favorite left-handed pitcher you had back then?
Let's see. Bo.
Bo.
Bo
There you
Cumbie,
go.
yeah.
Bo Cumbie, yeah. Yeah, and his brother Matt, he played for us here in Newton.
Yeah, and he was Newton. I mean, he played for Newman University
Mm-hmm.
back then.
Bo was on the mound one day, and Matt was catching, and the brothers got into it. I mean, that wasn't nothing new for them, too. But anyway, we had a good time. They had a good time, and looking back on it, it was a lot of fun, and was funny because, like I said, it was just all pretty much lip service. Brother catching the other brother. Good guys, a lot of fun over the years.
Well, Hunter Tree is up right now. And, nice play there. Glasses come off and everything, but good recovery there. Nice. It's a good 3-1 play for the first out. So what do you think about the ball players? I talk to Jared about it sometimes. Some of the guys that used to, like how we played, like putting the ball in play, bunting, had to bunt. It seems like it's not as important. I was telling him, I said, in my whole coach career, I never had a guy swing at 3-0. And Jared, how many games, Jared, that we've seen guys just 3-0, lots. I mean, it's like probably average one a game maybe or something. I see, hitters singing 3-0. And it's not like it's been successful. It's not like well, what's your thought on that?
It's kind of similar to everything's changed. I keep my mouth shut in Little League because every age group has changed a little bit, and I make myself look dumb because all I do is American League rules, and they don't apply to everywhere I go. So
line drive there by Clements, right? Good job. Right to third base. But go ahead, Carl. The third baseman, number 24, Brian Henderson. But yeah, that's what I was thinking too. It's just everything's changed, and I don't know, is it really better? That's what I try to figure it out.
Even the pitchers changed their approach that I still haven't figured out yet. Maybe. So it's kind of confusing to me.
Let this pop up right here, Steve. Nice catch there.
But that's why.
That's by Jack Little. Good 1-2-3 inning. Good recovery there by Nace. And we'll be going. We're going right now to the bottom of the third, and we are still down 4-2. And we have Carl Hodges, the legend. We call him the legend around here because he's got. I mean, and then Jared and I were talking about it. I mean, we wouldn't be here, Jared, if this wasn't for this man right here. And my thing is, I've been one. I coached here. I played. I coached against him, but I also coached here for years, and then I also became the GM. And I want to keep the legacy alive. Just what I said. You missed my little speech about you, right?
I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
No, that's all right. That's all right, man.
Anyway, we go back quite a long ways and had a lot of fun here. You were always there, too, when we'd have those meetings back when we were the Walter Johnson League, and now that was, 3 league names ago?
Right, yeah.
Like that. So it's changed a lot.
I don't know if you knew that, Jared. It's changed all these different.
Yeah.
It was Walter Johnson, and then what else it went to?
That's when Barry Newell took it over. I passed the ball to him because you wouldn't take it then.
Yeah,
so you knew better.
Yeah, I knew back then. I was coaching in college.
Well, you knew.
Yeah. Mr. Jim takes care of you right here.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Jim, that man has done a lot for the Rebels.
Oh, yes, he has.
A lot.
And we acknowledged him. And Heidi and Zoe over here, just for the game, and then Connie downstairs. So
Connie,
volunteers.
It takes a lot of folks volunteering to do this sort of thing.
Nice hit there by Gura. MVP, that's your MVP right there. The recipient of your Carl Hodges MVP. You're going to have to meet him. So, fine young man.
I want to do that. Yep. It's a good swing of the bat.
Yeah. You know what's amazing about him, Carl, is that he's just out of high school.
Really?
Yeah, he just finished high school. I know, and we were kind of like a good buddy of mine's. He was a head coach of Ottawa years ago. He's up in Kansas City now. I coached him, and he told me, "So Carver, this guy can play." So okay, well, I believe Joe, and so he came over here.
It would be fun if we had the technology, Carv, to mic these guys up like they did in the Major League All-Star game.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was pretty awesome. They had a lot of fun.
I know maybe Jared's pretty good at that, so he might think about something like that next year. I don't know.
Well, I have a hard time chewing gum and talking and walking at the same time, but they did a great job out base runners on first base, and he's talking to the guys at the TV and keeping track of where the ball is and the count and so on. I guess that's why they make the big bucks.
Oh, tough swing right there.
Yeah.
Stripe out Hill. Hill's having a little tough game right here so far. Usually he's a little more under control with his bat. Tough out, but strikes out, so he got the lead off. Lead off Gerard's, you have Guerrera at first base, but you have Gerard up the plate.
These guys are holding up exceptionally well with all this heat that we've had, and they play day in and day out, and they're still looking pretty good, actually, for as much playing as they've been going through with this tremendous heat.
Well, and that's what we were talking about the other day. I know Jared brought it up too. Is that with the heat, when you have pitchers throwing a lot of balls, that's not healthy for your defense. Not in the heat. It's like an easy fly ball to center field. By Gerard. But that's one thing about execution. Like I said, you get a runner on site. You got to be able to move them, especially with wood bats. You got to be. And we were talking about bunting.
Small ball.
Yeah.
That bunting and such. That's where you're right. And I love to play small ball.
And I think in college it's definitely gotten away from it. You have a third baseman playing way back with a fast lefty, and you don't see the guy lay it down like you used to. And that's.
You remember when we used aluminum bats, and then we had the wood bats went to aluminum bats in the NBC World Series, and it was all about the home runs over the fence. So baseball changed at that time. The fans wanted to see or have the excitement of a lot of home runs. Well, eventually we went back to wood bats, lower scoring games. That's what I like, the small ball, like the All-Star game.
Well, and what gets me, and again, Jared and I, we discuss a lot of things. And we're talking about this is more closer to these kids that want to play pro ball. This is closer to what pro ball's about.
Exactly.
It's not college ball, and I've coached college all those years, but we didn't. They don't use metal. They're playing almost every day. The pros and college, you don't do that. You might play Tuesday weekend series.
We when we went back to those wood bats that year, and I forgot what year. He reels it in.
Yep. Fly ball from Patton to left field. So that's the end of the inning right there. Let the lead off on. Another left on base, but it's 4-2 in favor of Hayesville.
I was feeling good about going back to wood bats. So I bought 3 cases of wood bats.
3 cases?
3 cases of
wow.
Wood bats. That was it cost quite a lot of money back then, and you know what? They made a lot of toothpicks in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, toothpicks, huh?
Yeah, at about.
I figure you made some tables with it or something, I could see.
Well, I still got a couple of them around. Chris Pate took one that actually said the Newton Rebels on it. It's a black bat, and I can't think of the name that was on it, but it had Newton Rebels on that inscription. Then I had a couple of players, Nick Miller from.
Oh, Nick, yeah.
He led the league and the United States NBC from beginning of the league to the end in batting average.
Yeah, like I said, there's some guys there that just.
Oh man, he was good.
No, you guys always had some good guys. So let's talk about what are you been doing lately? What's been going on with you in your life and everything? I know you're retired.
Well, I'm retired from Wichita Fire Department, and I'm a registered nurse. I still keep my license, but I stay around the farm. Last couple of years since the COVID came in, I pretty much stayed out on the farm.
Well, you were very helpful last year with the umpire.
Yeah.
If you remember that, we had an umpire that you might want to talk about that, what was happening. But
well, yeah, we had a heat emergency last year with that umpire, and I don't know, it was a gut instinct that hit me later on. I'd seen him early before the game, and I said, this guy needs to be watched. I heard him coughing, and like I said, I've got about 36 years as an RN and an EMT with the Wichita Fire Department, and I just gave him a heads up on him pretty soon. He did go down. Make a long story
Yeah.
short, we got him in the back room, and the trainer called me in there, and it just hit me. And I said, "You're a tetralogy patient, aren't you?" And he said, "Yeah, how would you know?" Well, and tetralogy of Fallot. Well, my grandson is a tetralogy of Fallot patient. He was the first baby born in Children's Mercy Hospital.
Oh, wow. That's something.
It's a heart defect, and this umpire had that. And
Yeah,
for some
wow.
reason, it's just that connection. And
Well,
he said yes. And anyway, we took care of him, and I'm glad he was doing it. He was 50 years old.
Yeah.
And he was out on the ball field.
Well, I remember he said that he was on vacation in Colorado. That was his first game in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
You know, so he wasn't used to the.
Well, a lot of those Sean White, the snowboard guy
Yeah.
that made the Olympics,
Yeah.
he is a tetralogy of Fallot patient.
Wow.
So it's
Did you
tremendous
know
when
that?
they
I
do
didn't
those.
know it.
Yeah, he is. He sure is. So
Lead-off walk here.
it is restrictive. There's different variables of how bad those conditions are. Most of them require lots of surgeries throughout their life, which
Wow.
anyway, I commend them guys. He's going out there on the ball field and getting involved.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And this is a good game to get involved with here.
There's a strike right there. This is the bottom of the order. The bottom of the order has been killing us again. Well, they're not just talking about it earlier. You know, they walked twice in this game. Two of the 4 runs are from the 8 and 9. You got to dominate that bottom part of the order. I always used to say,
Yeah.
you especially can't walk people. So he has no chance. Right there, your catcher has no chance.
Seems like he's fallen off
Yeah.
a lot of times off the mound to one side.
And that's what we were talking about, how his release and this change. Instead of just saying,
Throwing across his body there, is falling off the mound there. He fell off of it there.
but that's one thing. I know Coach Downey, Travis Downey, you know, I always remember him back in college, had that nice fluid, very fluid.
And I don't know about you, but lefties always seem awkward to me, their delivery, because I'm a righty.
And a strikeout. That's big right there.
Nice shot.
We at the top of the lineup now, and like I say, this top of the lineup has been pretty good. So, but of course, you know, they're right up there at first place. I mean, they're battling with Cheney. So
With Cheney?
with Cheney, of course, yeah. So everybody's still chasing them.
Well, you know, there's common threads there with all three of these organizations,
That's right.
the Rebels and Cheney and the Monarchs. It's 3 great guys running those programs.
Yeah, I mean, the guys have experience, know what they're doing.
Yep, been around just because they love
Oh.
to play ball. They're gamers.
I mean, maybe he needs to take his glasses off there. It's the second time his glasses fell off. But I guess with the sun breaking out. Yeah, and that's Jack Little. You know, he stopped the ball, and that's what's nice about first base. You can knock it down and run over there. And so I know you don't get to come to the ballpark like you want to. Your health's all right? I mean, everything's going okay?
Well, it depends on who you talk to. But
There you go.
got
to talk to your wife, won't you?
typical 65-year-old issues, I think, plus a little bit, but I manage them pretty well, I think.
Well, you had a tough life. You had a hard life, right, Carl? That's it.
Well,
Lived a hard life.
you know what I told one police officer one time? I said, when you get done with public service, you're going to still be pretty like me, but your x-rays won't look so nice.
That's there you go.
Of course, I was just kidding him, but and he knew it. But,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I believe you.
I
All
like to
getting up
talk
there.
and have fun, and where else better to do that than, that was up close.
You know, it's like I go play golf, and I got something that I probably never did back in my younger days. I have to take a nap.
Now,
You know, it might be an hour, maybe 30 minutes, 50. I don't know. Try to take a little nap. So
well, I don't do that. I do take the breaks, but
another walk.
yeah,
That's what this. Like I said, this
he's
is.
tiring out a bit.
Yeah. Well, he hasn't pitched. He's only pitched like 9 innings for the summer. And we're trying to extend, we're trying to get ready because we have the playoffs Saturday. So we're trying to get this game. We got tomorrow at Hutch. And then, we're trying to rest our rotation. But like I always said, this is just like we had a guy yesterday. MVP last year, your MVP, Zach Gillick, his little brother's playing here.
I knew that.
Yeah, it's his first time that they've ever played. And he came in the game yesterday and threw 3 shutdown innings. So there, we got out of that inning. Good job. You throw strikes, right? Well, hey, Carl.
Throw strikes.
Well, hey, better let the man get back on here. It's always good seeing you, and I thank you for today.
Good job to you, Carl. I still want to say you're the connecting factor of the whole league, not just the Rebels, but the whole league. You're one of the OG connecting factors.
Well, I don't know if Pat and Mark and all them would agree with that, but I'm one of the guys.
They will agree with that because me and you were here before they were.
That's right. I try. We got Wells. Jeff Wells will tell us though.
Well, yeah, Jeff will, and we can get JD too if we need to.
Yeah,
JD
that's right.
tell like
JD.
it is.
Yeah, some good old times though. But thank you very much.
All right, thank you, man.
And go enjoy, get a drink over here, and
you guys are doing a great job.
Well, thank you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for this.
And I'm back as we head to the bottom of the 4th. So Micah Dvorak up to the plate.
So what'd you think there? Did you learn a lot? I mean,
Yeah, I heard some bits here and there, and it's pretty interesting. Yeah.
The history.
Dvorak fouled that one off 1-1.
Oh, and they've had some great teams. I mean, they've been in a World Series through the years, and he's proud of this, and that's why we want to keep it going. He's the one that got this, we're using the city, this field here.
Amazing field.
Oh, yeah, he got this deal with us.
So that's going to be fouled off of Dvorak.
Well, I figure you get a kick out of it because he believe me.
Interesting. Yeah. But, I was looking at the SCL, our standings and everything, and Sluggin Rebels are this is conference. We are 5th currently, 3 games behind from Derby. We're 16-14, and our last 10 haven't been too great. We're 2-8. Last 10.
Yeah,
It's been all 10 of those games have been a battle. As that one's
gonna be tough.
Hit towards the pitcher.
Great play.
Great hustle right there from, I believe that was Hawkins. I'll be out number 1.
Definitely showed some athleticism right there.
Now there's 1 out with Jack Little.
First baseman, number 5, Jack Little.
I hope the people out there enjoyed it, especially you Rebel fans. Because I know a lot of parents and all that, they probably want to, when the Rebels start. I mean, they want to know a little history. Their sons are playing here, and since 2000.
Jack Little shows bunt, but pulls away, and that's going to be ball number 1.
Like I said, I've known him a pretty long time. Of course, I was just a little kid, right? That's what we said.
50 people watching. One ball. That ball's popped up towards the right field side, and they'll make the play there.
Yeah, I see right there one of our own Jake Gibbs. Up in New York, been in New York. I think he's back now, so maybe he can get and watch our games a little more. I know he's been busy. He went to the Yankees game and visited Statue of Liberty, whatever, all that stuff. I know they usually do over there.
Statue of Liberty was awesome to see, and we went. I mean, the boat that we went on and went to Ellis Island for free, and took us right back. And it's a great thing to watch right there. Is not Jackson, excuse me, that's Brendan Harper. Just gets the ground out from the second baseman right there. Now in the inning for the Sluggin Rebels, and what I've seen so far is ever since we gave up those 4 runs, we've been playing amazing, but we just can't get it back on offense.
Well, on the offense, right? I mean, that's right now. That's 9 straight outs. The double play that we had in the second. There's one. Well, I guess we got to take that. Guerra had that walk.
Yeah.
But it's been after that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I mean, it's one of those things that we just can't. And you can't have the easy outs like that.
Yeah, I mean that's what we kind of talked about earlier too. This season was, when we get down, we're really down. Even a 1-run lead feels like a 4-run lead in some cases. And now we're gonna have a
look who's in there.
A Sluggin Rebels Pizza of Noon pitching change.
They're one of our best ones. Like we were talking about them last year's Carl Hodges MVP.
Zach Gillig on the mount, warming up. And you also have Jackson Young warming up for him. See if Jackson Young might sub in, or seems like maybe Brandon Harper's just getting on his equipment, as he was the last out the previous inning. But, I mean, we're heading to the top of the 5th, and we're down by 2 with Zach Gillig again. And
yeah, Zach Gillig, like I said, guy that's been here his 4th year, Eastern Michigan. He has a 1-3 record, 26 innings pitched, but a 2.420 ERA. So he's still pretty effective. 12 walks. I know you were thinking the other day, he's walked quite a few, but 12 walks in 26 innings isn't bad. That's better than we've seen some guys in the league here. But he's an all-star, and he has a variety of pitches, especially his slider, and he works on his changeup. When he's right, he's almost
amazing.
possible. Yeah.
But Brandon Harper is back on the mount, or back behind the plate.
I said that it's good to see the Gillig brothers, especially Alex yesterday. I call him Young Gillig, and he did a great job yesterday. He kept us in that game with his pitching. And that's the thing about pitching. You throw strikes, you come after them, keep the walks down. I mean, you're going to get a few walks. That just happens. I mean, the All-Star game, I looked at it, I videotaped and saw, like even Kershaw had a walk. So, I mean.
Now we're going to have the catcher, Mason Brandon. Mason Brandon. Looks at strike number 2.
But he mixed that up. It's like a little slow curve right there.
And he might hit you with the sneaky, fast fastball.
Brandon's 0 for 2 to strike out and ground out.
Gillis to get his first strikeout. So that's just going to be chopped up to Guerra, and he'll ground that perfectly, and he'll make the nice play.
Guerra, that's a tough play, especially on a backhand to do that. Now on turf, but
easy, but
yeah.
I mean, that was a great position right there from Guerra to make the play.
And you can see that rollover as an outside pitch where a roller. That's what we talk about. That's what as a pitcher, that's what you want. And how you got to do as a hitter, right-hand hitter, you got to take it to the right side.
Justin Nace's final stats are 4 innings pitched, 2 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 5 walks, and 4 strikeouts, and 21 batters faced. Other than the second inning, I think Nace did a great job of battling back. Even when people were on bases, he showed up and shut down some innings. But just that 1 second, top of the second, it just wasn't the best of it. But now we got Zach Gilligan. That's going to be 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, archery right there. It's a line drive to Gerard in that first inning, and then a 3-1.
It's going to be hit towards into left field, and Jack Bell will make the play right there. And that'll be out number 2 for Zach Gilligan. So that was the 14th out.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the 14th out, and this might be the 15th out, and some people might win something off of this batter right here. 2 outs.
Yeah, we have
Strike
our
number
promotion
1.
going on, and 15th out of the game. The opposing team makes the 15th out, and you get to pick what position in the order, what number in the lineup.
Cade Clemens popped this one up out of play towards the right field side.
And if you do pick it down there, then you get, it's like right now, it's the 6th batter. If he makes an out, he's whoever picks the 6th batter in the lineup. And Mr. Jim there has a nice treat or whatever, a gift for him right downstairs.
0-2 for Clemens, and that's going to be another pop-up towards right field.
What do you think of that promotion? I mean, I know, it's our first year. We're the first ones that ever done it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's a interesting idea. I've never really thought of it, and some of the prizes are worth it.
Yeah,
just to get a free guess.
Yeah, we get donations from businesses.
So that ball is drilled to Guerra. The backhand, and he'll try to make the play here, and he
Nope.
will.
No, he did get a great play there by Little.
Great awareness by Little to kind of position himself so he doesn't get trucked over by Clemens right there. And that will be the 15th out of the game. So some lucky fan might win a certain treat. Usually
Car.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. Maybe we get more people out here and say, come out here and do that. I just threw that out there. I'm having a good time today, and it's the last final regular season game. We will be here back, Saturday.
Yep.
But and then after this game, I got a little surprise for you and everybody here. You probably haven't heard, have you?
No, I have not heard yet.
So you'll hear about it for everybody that's worked here. Coach Carr's got a little surprise that we're going to give to the team, the coaches, the staff, the volunteers. So I want to keep you, kind of want to keep you.
Yeah, I'll keep put at the towards the end of the game, but now we head to the bottom of the 5th. Rebels still down 4-2. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the bottom of the 5th is Ty Palmer. He's going to be leading off, and he is at the 9 hole. So, always like to lead off with the 9th batter, because then you got if you get on base, that's nice. If you strike out, then it's fine, because you're at this top of the order with only 1 out.
Yeah, he walked the first at bat, so this is second time up.
Palmer looks at strike number 1.
And our 2 runs are from the lead off in the 2 hole.
He kind of lays off that one. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
He thought about it, but.
Well, he's got to, it was like he's thinking. He's not ready. He's got to get his hands ready and everything ready to go. You got to think, yes, yes, yes. No, yes, yes, yes. Yes,
0-2, and he's going to swing at that high one, and that's going to be a strikeout for Hawkins.
That's where I was talking about. Step out of the box, gather yourself. He's learning. He hasn't played a lot. He was at University of Nebraska and didn't play a lot for the last couple of years, red shirt, and but this summer, he's made. I love his defense. He's just got to keep working on that hitting.
Now we got Jack Bell up with 1 out, top of the order. The ball's just going to get away from Hawkins. 1-0.
And like I said, I do hope, Tyler figures it out. He's going to be going to Southeast Community College in Beatrice, Nebraska, and figures it out because I think
You can bring enough talent, defensive-wise.
oh, yeah. No, he's
It's going to be a
I said, you and I both agree he's like gold glove kind of guy, caliber. But he's got to get that, you learn how to bunt, use that speed of his. He's got to give him an ability right there. Use that speed.
1-1. Jack kind of.
And we saw it yesterday when he hit that triple. I mean, right down the line. I mean, it was stand-up triple. I mean, that's.
Stand-up triple, and because of an error, it was basically a home run.
Yeah. Then he came running in.
1-2 for Bell. Another foul off.
But again, that's just seeing a lot of pitches. But you have to, like I said, I think it's approach. He needs to keep working on his approach. And I've talked to him about it, and I know the coaches have too. And once it starts clicking, watch out for that guy.
1-2 count for Bell. So he'll just look at strike number 3, and that was a great pitch right there from Hawkins. Just hit that outside edge of the plate, and that's going to be strikeout 2. Strikeout number 2 for Hawkins this inning.
That's the third strikeout by the Rebels.
Ethan Guerra up to the plate now.
Garrett walked in the first, base hit. He just joined us. He did get the Carl Hodges MVP. Patient hitter. That's one thing, like I said, he'll take that strike.
You don't really see Guerra swinging at the first pitch too often, and when he does, it's because it's right there.
See, like right there, that pitch, a lot of guys probably be swinging. It was high.
But now it's 1-1. Caleb Hill right behind him. He's going to kind of pop that one up towards the left field side. I don't know if he's going to make the play, and he won't. And that'll be a Midway Motors of Newton double for Ethan Guerra.
And that's what Garrett, especially early in the year, he was going with it. I'm not going to say he got home run happy because it wasn't that, but he just said he maybe got away from going with the pitch, using that field because when he goes in college, that's what's going to make him a top hitter,
stud.
Yeah. Use that field, a switch hitter. What do you think? Did you ever think he like his left-handed versus right-handed, or what's your view on it? Same or?
I mean, both have been pretty effective so far, but I do like a good lefty versus righty.
Look at that!
A great hit right through the gap.
Beautiful.
And that's going to score Guerra. So
look at the speed. Look at the speed.
And Caleb Hill's going to try and get this into a triple, and it will be a stand-up triple. And Hutch will probably not make the mistake of overthrowing it to third base.
No, yesterday.
We'll kind of hop that one.
They've actually played a pretty clean game today, and I'm sure they probably heard from Coach McCune about it. But big hit right there, triple RBI. And with 2 outs.
And, I mean, that's what I kind of like that's what you want, kind of the lineup. We used to have Guerra and then Gerard. But now with Caleb Hill, who's been a RBI machine so far, always nice to have Guerra on there because, like I said, Guerra gets on base and Gerard, or not Gerard.
And Hill, Caleb Hill.
Yeah.
I mean, Caleb Hill had 2 at-bats that weren't Hill-like, what you could say, with the flew out to third base, and then he struck out. Didn't look good.
But that's how you get it right back real quick.
And then he ran an inside pitch. But that's what you and I are talking about. When you face a guy 2 or 3 times, whatever, you got to make adjustments. And that's what he did.
Yeah, like I was saying, Hill is known as get a nice piece of hitting, and it's nice to have Gerard, who always gets on base, so you always have some action. And those two are paired up in the batting order. Now it's 0-2 for Gerard, and check swing, and he would not be called for that one. So now it's 1-2.
It's funny because they're looking over there, the
the
umpire's
over there.
That was funny.
I was looking for him. I was like, I don't see him.
I don't know if he was looking at TJ over there. TJ's going to say no.
Nope.
That's Coach TJ English.
1-2.
Let's get this run. Let's tie this up.
Gerard just popped that one up towards the center fielder.
Yeah, and that's a pretty good outfielder.
And they're going to make the play out there. Yep, and that was Brewster out there making the play. As now we head to the top of the 6th with your score 4-3 after that stand-up triple by Caleb Hill. That scored Ethan Guerra, bring the lead within or bring the deficit within 1. And with that, we'll be right back after this quick break. And welcome back to the top of the 6th as we have Ryan Henderson up to the plate, and he'll smack this one towards the left field side, and Jack Bell will be right under that to make out number 1 happen for the Sluggin Rebels. So now we're up at Maynard. It's going to be the 8th hole, number 8 in the 8th hole. Carr's going to be doing some GM things, so I got to take over on the scores board. So that's going to be an F7 for Henderson. That's going to be called for strike number 1. 0-1 count for Maynard. Now it's 1-1. 2-1 now the count. Zach Gillig still on the mount. And apologies for the little bit lower quality. For some reason the Wi-Fi here won't let us stream at 4 megabytes per second. It's only at 2.5 now, but didn't really want to risk anything right now, especially at the last home game. But now it's 3-1. That's going to be hit towards Guerra. And Garrett just kind of bobbles that one and kind of came up on him real quick, and I believe we'll count that as a base hit. For Maynard. Now we're at the bottom of the order with Will Starks. So far he got a walk. He walked the top of the 2nd, and he scored from that, and then he struck out looking in the 4th. So runner at first. So we call for strike number 1. A 1 count, 1 out. And we'll just ground this one, and we'll just almost gets by Garrett right there, and that's a great stop by Garrett, but obviously was not in position to make a play right there. Now be a single for Starks.
The center fielder number 1, Lane Brewster, to bat next.
Now we're at the top of the order. Lane Brewster. Brewster so far, I believe he's 0-2 with a walk. He did score off that walk. So he shows bunt, and that'll pop behind everyone as Harpo's kind of confused on that one, and that'll be called foul. 0-1. Brewster has been a great hitter so far against the Sluggin Rebels. Top 3 for the Monarchs with, I believe it was Brewster, Barron, and then Thornhill. Those 3 have been pretty deadly so far against us. So now it's 1-1 though. Man on second and first. Hutch has 4 hits compared to the Rebels 7. And we're going to call time. Still 1-1. Gillig gets Brewster, popped that one up towards the left field side, and that'll be foul. 1-2. Brewster's playing center field today. He's made some great plays out there for the Monarchs as that ball barely gets away from Harper, and Harper will try and get him and just doesn't get there in time, and that'll be a stolen base for Maynard. Starks still at first. So 1 runner in scoring position as now it's 2-2. 1 out. That was a great steal by Maynard. So now a deep fly ball could be a score for Hutch. So you'll look at strike number 3, and that's going to be a great Pizza of Noon strikeout from Gillig right there. So that's going to be a backwards K. So he was caught looking. Now we got Alex Burge, who sat out the last game, but came in after a player got ejected late in the game. But now it's 0-1. He'll be playing DH today, so he's able to be interchangeable with other hitters. Runners at third and first. Runner takes off from second, and Harper's not really going to worry about that one. They're going to worry about this out. So now there's going to be 2 outs, but that puts both runners in scoring position for Birch to get 2 RBIs. 1-1 the count. Looks at a low and away ball. 2-1. Birch so far has been played pretty good, even though he only played 1 of the games. 2-1. That's a great layoff right there from Birch. Now it's 3-1. Sun starts to settle down just a little. 3-1 count. He'll pop this one towards the left field side, and it'll be foul. So now the pressure's on for Gillig. 2 runners in scoring position, full count, 2 outs. And Birch is someone you just don't want to throw an easy pitch to, as he will punish you for that. And they're going to call time, trying to ice. Seems like I might try to ice Gillig right there. But Gillig ain't no stranger to people trying to ice him. That ball's just going to be a little too low, and that's going to be a walk, making the bases loaded. And definitely someone that has got hit by pitch today, and he got a RBI today. But Thornhill has been almost perfect this series, I believe. He was 5 for 6. Last night, and him and Barron were responsible for 5 of the 7 runs for the Monarchs yesterday. So he looks at strike number 1. So now Thornhill, after that second strike, might try and play defensive ball right here and see what Gillick does here on the 0-2 count and gets one of the best hitters so far. As he throws that one away, 1-2. Four 4-3 your score. Hutch still leads. Thornhill will pop that one towards the foul territory in left field, and Gerard will try to make a play there, but just hit the fence on the left field side, and no one's there to get it. Still 1-2. Defense gets back in their positions. And Gillick's ready to go. Looks at third, looks back at home. Here comes a pitch. And it's going to be a strikeout. And no. Ref is, or home plate home is going to say, my bad, this is going to be a ball. Actually, he made the gesture that may be strikeout number 3. But Gillick's going to have to wait now. Now it's 2-2. Thornhill waving his bat around. Chops that one up, and we still called foul as it hit the home plate. It's a great at bat for Thornhill so far. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 runners in scoring position. Thornhill will hit this one towards Jack Bell in left field, in the left field side, and Bell really tried to make a dive on that one, but just couldn't make the play out there for left field, and that'll be a foul ball. Great hustle out there by Jack Bell. Couldn't really see it on your screen, but he dove for that one. Would have been a great out, especially against a hitter like Thornhill. But man, this has been a battle. Zach gets ready. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be outside, so now we got a full count. If you thought the pressure was on last at bat, this one's going to be crucial. You do not want another walk, as runs have been tough for the Sluggin Rebels to come by. Here comes the pitch, and that one will be popped back. Another foul, and this is I have to double check what the pitch count has been so far. I believe it's been about 8 or 9. Yep, this will be the 9th pitch. Gillick so far in 1.2 innings has thrown 18 strikes and 13 balls. But now bases are loaded, and he'll get Thornhill to just look down at a strike number 3. That strikeout to end the inning will be sponsored by the Pizza Hut of Newton. And with that, we'll head to the bottom of the 6th after Gillick threw a tight inning right there. And with that, hopefully Carve comes back. And we'll be right back. Welcome back to the bottom of the 6th. As Carv has joined me back here in the booth. So I got Dalton Patton up.
Yeah, I didn't get to catch that, man. The fans were really into that last at bat. That was gets two of the best pitcher and a hitter. That's
Thornhill.
That's
I
a
said
battle.
before. I think last game he was 5 for 6 or 5 for 5.
Well, he was 4 for yeah. I mean, whatever he was, we look in here and
It was
unbelievable.
amazing, but Patton will hit this one towards the second baseman and will make a routine ground ball play right there.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're making a lot of routines. I mean, just looking at you always want to look at your outs and are they hard outs or you look at somebody like Thornhill. When he was like yesterday, what was he? 1, 2, 3, 4 for 5, and the game before 4 for 5. And that's just hitting the ball hard, hard in the hole and stuff. Just getting a good pitch, especially when you're ahead in the count.
That was a great pitching out for Gillig right there. He got 2 strikeouts just by looking, and that was the 1 and 3 spot.
Wow. Well, Zach's a guy, like I said, he'll battle. Just don't know how much he's going to pitch tonight. Obviously, they're looking at he probably won't pitch tomorrow, so they got to get him ready for this weekend.
Dvorak.
It's a nice pitch right there.
0-2 count now. Hawkins is still out there on the mound for the Hutch Monarchs. He's pitched himself a pretty decent game so far. Got 3 shutout innings, and there's going to be a strikeout for Hawkins right there.
Yeah, and that's one thing Micah does, right there. He'll take that ball the other way, and that was a way where he should have taken it. But it's tough. It's tough because that break right there.
Hawkins so far, 5.1 innings pitched, 43 strikes compared to 17 balls.
Yeah, like I said, he
has a 4.7 ERA right now, but he's done a great job.
Just throwing a little slider. I mean, that's all it is nothing. Yeah, I mean, it's not a big one. It's just a steady little, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But hitters need to stay with it. Don't, if you have to take the ball the other way, especially righties.
It's going to be fouled off for Jack Little. So now it's another 0-2 count. And
I was going to say Little's 0 for 2 with a fly out to center and a fly out to right field. But I'm saying that, like I said, some of the outs have been, especially the last. I mean, besides Guerra, the double, then you had Hill with their back-to-back doubles.
But, I didn't want a quick inning right here, especially after Gillig threw an amazing pitching performance last time.
It was a triple by Hill, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm saying but really that's last 1, 2, 3, 5 innings. It's only fireworks.
So then we do have some action in the Rebels bullpen. Jack Little will foul that one off again.
And he stayed in there. He stayed in there on that pitch. It's kind of thing where you try to break it, before it breaks, that's when you got to hit it. If he breaks, then you got to take it the other way. But it's hard. You got to make that decision so quick. It's not as easy as we're talking about. You know that. I mean, you've been there. See?
And that's going to be a great pitch right there from Hawkins. And that strikeout's going to do it for the Sluggin Rebels this inning. As your score is still 4-3.
That's 5 strikeouts.
And we're going to head to the top of the 7th. And we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the top of
You
the
get-
7th.
I was going to say we got a couple people here. Heidi. Need to get you guys out there doing the little chicken dance here.
If you can see Craig on your screen trying to get people to do the chicken dance
Yeah.
out here. But
Yeah, that's right. I know if you were on a mic, you'd be out there doing it, right, Jared? I know.
yeah.
Done it many times.
But now we're going to have a Pizza of Noon pitching change for the Sluggin Rebels as Drake Gerard is going to come in. And I believe Guerra's going to probably move to third base. And we're going to have some movement around as Patton's at second. Patton's at second with Easton Elliott, who's now coming in for Gerard's batting spot. He's going to be playing shortstop. Like I always said, we kind of like Easton at shortstop as well. Don't mind Guerra or Easton there. Both fast players.
Beautiful night, beautiful sky. I was just out there talking to some of the fans and our assistant GM.
Then we got Nixon Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon's 0 for 3 right now.
That's good.
One too bad. That's
Yeah,
pretty-
it
I was gonna say,
Close off speed, but
but
a
I
little
thought
too high.
might have faked out the umpire. I don't know.
Looks like it came up probably
Not too high.
not too high right there. And that's going to be guaranteed strike right there. Now it's 1-2.
For Brandon struck out looking, and then a 5-3 for 6-3 strike. So right now, he's battling right now and he's kind of guy who could break out. We've seen that.
1-2. Barron's going to pop that one back.
So we're getting a lot of fans out there, a lot of people talking. I would like to hear where they're from and tell us how they're doing. I know Jake Gibbs and showing me pictures of my own home place down in New York, New Jersey, that area.
1-2 now, and that's going to be a strikeout for Drake Gerard. It's a strikeout, and all strikeouts are sponsored by Pizza of Noon. We'll get Gillig's final stats for today. 2 innings pitched. Yeah, 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. 9 batters faced. That's going to be ball number 1.
Craig's a little out of breath, I think. He worked that crowd pretty hard up there.
Tree lays that one off. Now it's 1-1.
I think we need to get Heidi out there doing it. What do you think? No, Heidi won't do that.
Big swing and a miss by Archer right there. 1-2. Gerard's doing great out here. Autry. He's off that one. That one's just gets away from Gerard right there. 2-2 now.
Yeah, I don't know if you went on Gillig's what his numbers were right there.
Yep. 2 innings pitch and
2 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. That's
only nine batters faced.
yeah, that's the good part.
But obviously, Gillig probably go as long as he really wanted to, but we do need him for.
Yeah, we need him full strength right now. That's what we're looking for right now.
That's why I'm not surprised to see, Gerard has already been playing today, He just comes in, and I believe Caleb Hill is also going to get replaced by Patton. Sorry, not Patton. Actually, we'll see. I know that Easton Elliott did come in as ball is fouled off towards the right side. Still full count, 3-2.
Hawkins, though, with he has started 5 games. So he's, I guess, a guy that you could say is probably in a rotation kind of right there.
Yeah, definitely. And he's doing great as that's going to be another pop-up towards the right field side. And DeBork would try and make the play right there, and he will.
Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. We're pretty close to coming to that tough sky right now. So,
But I think it won't be as bad as it was,
well, it'd be nice to get this
last
out
night.
because I think they'll be more into the tough sky, So, And it doesn't matter. You never tell. It doesn't matter if Mike Trout's out there. It's still going to be tough.
Now Cade Clemens out there. 2 outs. Check swing, and I'm saying it's going to be a.
In major leaguers, they have the big stadiums they have to deal with too. It's not always easy.
Every stadium's different.
Yeah.
It'll be, like you said, Oakland A's have a very big outfield, and I think that's also because it doubles as a football field.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Now it's 1-1 and 2 outs now for Clemens.
Well, like Coors Field's pretty big. It's a big
Coors
park.
Coors Field's big, and because where they're at, the elevation's insane there, and that's why the home run derby last year was so so much fun.
Crazy.
Because the elevation out in.
But you got to have some fast outfielders out there, and because you got to track down a lot. A lot of space out there.
So that's going to be a looking strikeout for Gerard right there. That's going to be 2 strikeouts, sponsored by Pizza Avenue for Gerard. So great looks for Gerard already. As we head to the bottom of the 7th, the score still being 4-3. Rebels with 7 hits, Hutch with 4 hits. And we'll be right back after this break. Welcome back to the bottom of the 7th. So we got Brandon Harper up to the plate.
Harper's got a base hit, and he's grounded out to second base.
Harper's been pretty impressive these past couple games. He's gotten some crucial walks and hits.
Well, it's one thing, I was just noticing the last 4 batters for us, and they need to get it going. We had that second inning, we had the base hit by Harper, then a walk.
0-1 and
whoa, what a cut.
Big. Seems like he swung on that a little early. Yeah, it's going to be 0-2 for Harper. And
it's going to be interesting because that tough sky is going to hit, so you let them deal with that right now.
See what Harper does here. He'll lay off that one. That one's just a little out and away.
That's a good pitch away.
1-2.
He needs to get on that play. He's got to be ready because that pitch will be coming right into him as a lefty. I was watching how he's pitching lefties versus the righties.
Another away pitch, 2-2.
And you can't give up on that outside pitch because it could break in.
But, this is what I was kind of talking about. You look at the scoreboard and, Hutch, we've been trying to Hutch ever since that second inning. But, we're still down 4-3, and Harper almost got that nice turn on that ball, but he fouled off 2-2.
Right.
Sluggin Rebels just need to get something going here.
Yeah. Hope so right here.
Check on that inside ball.
Let's get on base. Get something going.
Full count now for Harper. And, this is that's what I'm saying. I've seen
we bounce back.
Massive improvements from Harper, patience, and sitting on a lot of balls. He's going to Had to kind of swing at that one. That's going to be a foul ball.
Coach English, you can just tell that that guy played last year. I mean, this last year, it's like a pretty smooth defender right there. Like that, catch that ground ball there. I'd probably be falling over, you know. It's kind of like, whoa.
Full count.
Oh.
And that's just going to be a late swing right there for Harper, and that's going to be a strikeout for Hawkins.
You know, and he battled, though. I mean, that's 8 pitch, whatever. So, I mean, that's called a quality at bat because he had 8 pitches or more and fouled it off. But, you know, he's being pretty efficient. You know. Well, anyway, Palmer is with a walk and a strikeout.
But, you know, Hutch is, you know, they've done well with the rotation. Hawkins still in after 7 innings. Already 6.5. And, you know, we've been kind of struggling with rotation so far. That's what you kind of want to see out of those great teams. Is now it's 1-1.
And right there, it's like Palmer's trying to pull that. He needs to, like he did yesterday. He hits it right over there, man. It's, you know, another triple.
It's going to be dangerous.
He's got to keep his hands back, and this because that ball's just curving away from him.
1-1.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's going to be. Or sorry, it was 1-2.
Yeah, I didn't know about that. I thought that, because I thought that was a little high.
Disapproval, and that's not going to be it for the innings.
His second strikeout.
That's going to be 2 outs. They're at the top with Jack Bell to lead off. 2 outs. Inside pitch, a little too low. Ball number 1. Garrett next up. The ball's just going to be chopped straight towards Hawkins, and great fielding by Hawkins right there to get
great
the out.
play, yeah. Great athletic play. He's showing he made some nice
Barehanded
plays.
right there, yep. And with that, that will end the bottom of the 7th as we head to the top of the 8th. And your score is still 4-3. And we'll take a quick break. Welcome back to the top of the 8th, and we're doing some, well, Carv's not here right now. He had to go back to his car and grab something. But, you know, in the break, we're going between stats and everything, and you know, it's been a very confusing game for the Rebels as we counted only eight batters have been on base this entire game. And since the third inning, 2 of the 12 past batters were able to get on base, and you know, recently, you know, the last time that happened was the 5th inning when we had the triple from Caleb Hill to score Ethan Guerra. And from then on, it's been a strikeout, 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 and a couple ground balls. But we are only down by 1 as Jack Little gets that play right at the that was a line drive. It's been a very we're still in this as always. We're only down by 1, but then again, how long can we hold off these Hutch Monarchs? This inning, if we do get a shutout, we'll mark the 6th shutout inning in a row. Gerard throws a strike. Straight to Maynard. Maynard, 8th hole. 0-1 count. Now it's 1-1. Gerard gets Maynard, and he'll just hit that one straight in front of the center fielder, Tyler Palmer.
That was Will Maynard with the base hit right there. Will Stark.
So now we got Will Starks up to the plate. Starks right now walked and scored. Just got struck out looking and singled to first and got to second off a stolen base. So now 1 out. Now it's 1-0. Looks up ball number 2. Looks at strike number 1. So now it's 2-1 for Starks. So far this inning, we had a line drive to first base at Jack Little, and then we had a single right in front of Guerra. Start the inning. 2-1. Starks hits that one to the left field and see if Jack can get under that, and he will. After an amazing sliding catch right there from Jack Bell, excuse me. So now we have 2 outs, runner on first. Now we're at the top of the order with Lane Brewster. We'll take a swing at strike number 1. Brewster struck out in the first. Walked and scored in the second. Grounded out in the 4th and struck out looking in the 6th. Runner was steal at second and just caught everyone off guard, and big error right there from Harper. And I mean, it was a great decision by Harper, but no one was ready for it. As the runner, that was Maynard. He go from first to third just like that with 2 outs. Not what you want right now, especially with Starks. And that's just going to, by my own words, it's going to be another line drive to Jack Little right there. And now in the inning for the Hutch Monarchs as the Sluggin Rebels still down 4-3. And we'll be right back. Ethan Guerra to lead off the bottom of the 8th. And Carr was just talking about donations and everything.
Well, Rod Cry, he's a guy that's a city council, but he used to be with the Liberal BJs. And he has like 30 years experience, all this stuff. And him and I were talking down there, and he wants to help us out, and get some ideas.
Yeah, the Liberal BJs, did they disband?
No, they're still there. They just play on that Rockies out in Colorado.
I was going to say, that sounds very familiar. But now Guerra facing 0-1 count after a foul ball. Guerra looks at strike number 2. I think he thought he struck out there, and I guess he did. That was a little confusing.
Yeah,
I believe it was.
Yeah, like I said, he didn't strike out much.
Well, it seemed a little weird because, ump called just a basic strike, but I think it was strike number 3. So that'll be out number 1 for the Sluggin Rebels. Is now Easton Elliott.
Let's see, Easton's.
He subbed in for Caleb Hill at DH and take a swing at that. So I think that's how it went because Gerard is pitching for us. So they just decided, hey, it might be just smart to sub out Hill at DH so then Easton can play shortstop.
Right.
Filled that gap that Gerard was playing third at. Now it's 1-1 for Easton.
Yeah, Elliott's kind of guy. If we can get him on base, maybe he'll steal. Maybe get him on second base. He can definitely score from there.
Because now you got 3 really aggressive hitters up with Easton. It's now a 1-2 count. And you got Drake Gerard right behind him, and then Dalton Patton.
Yeah, he must have some nasty down stuff because everybody's they're like on their front foot.
Yeah, Hawkins is showing something great out here, and big swing and a miss right there for Elliott. That's going to be strikeout number 2 in a row for Hawkins.
Yeah, we're not making the adjustment. That's Elliott's first time, but I'm saying the guys who have faced him now.
Let's get some stats.
This is a fourth time around. It's fourth time that you had Bell, Guerra. It's the fourth time now for Gerard up.
9 strikeouts for Hawkins today. So that's going to be a low 1-0. But Hawkins is so far 7.2 innings pitched, 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, and 9 strikeouts, 30 batters faced. So every third, it's almost averaging a strikeout per inning based on every batter. But now he's a 2-0. Gerard
right
gets
that
a
hole.
nice hit right in between the first and second baseman, and
that kind of reminded me of a Derek Jeter hit, that inside out. That's kind of what he did. He gave his hands inside and just went out with it.
Those are hits you want. Those are really the only hits we get, and those are the best hits you can get. But now, Dalton Patton, who can easily move over Gerard right here. Lefty versus righty. It's going to be a little too high. Ball number 1. But yeah, Hawkins has been amazing. Patton tries to
take a big cut.
He tried to turn on that inside one. That would have been a nice hit.
And I don't mind early in the count, taking that big cut. Hopefully you hit it and hit it right in the gap and we score a run.
Especially for Patton, it's been very aggressive these past 10 games we've seen. So he'll kind of get a little late on that one, and we fouled off. So now it's 1-2.
But the whole thing is, a lot of the hitters are kind of their hips, going through it, swaying, and instead of staying more balanced, more. I know it's like I was talking to Jackson Young about hitting just before, about trying to stay balanced, and we were looking at videos of Manny Ramirez, and if you look at him, how balanced he was. It's just still hit, just, more of a rotational.
So that ball's going to be hit by Patton. It'll just be barely foul.
Because you can see his hips going, and so hip sway is what they call it. And like I said, a lot of it's his pitches right there. They're breaking in. And
I think what's pretty crazy, We bring up Manny Ramirez. He is still playing. So that one's going to be popped up, and looks like it'll be routine fly out in the foul territory.
They're making the plays today.
So that's going to end the inning as we head to the top of the ninth. Slug Rebels still down 4-3 to the Hutch Monarchs. And we'll take a quick break. Welcome back to the top of the ninth. As we're at the 2-hole now with Alex Burge.
It's like it's our MVP on the mound.
Yeah, we do have Guerra pitching final inning, and that ball is crushed towards right field, and Dvorak, and that one's gone.
Yeah. Well, that's not a good call there, was it?
It's not a great look for Guerra right now. As
they just try to get ahead right there, got the ball up. And that's one thing. It's top of the lineup, man. They're just dangerous.
So, yeah, for man, was that first pitch?
Yeah.
Was that first pitch?
I believe so.
It was either fouled off. The first one was either fouled off, or it was a first pitch home run. But yeah, we did have a pizza of noon pitching change for the Sluggin Rebels with Ethan Guerra. Now we have a Sawyer Thornhill.
Yeah, Sawyer. I mean, he's we've done a lot better job on him today.
So that ball's going to be popped up towards the right field side, and Dvorak will be right under that one, and that'll be out number one for the Sluggin Rebels.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, their outs are pretty deep right there.
One out. Sluggin Rebels now down 5-3 after Alex Birch. Supposedly, it seems like it was a first pitch home run. And you got Guerra.
Yeah, there's a nice little
Great
slider
pitch
away.
right there to Nixon Brannon.
Look up Guerra's stats as a pitcher.
He hasn't pitched too much, but he has gotten some innings. This is going to be check swing strike number 2.
Well, Guerra, that was his first run he allowed. 5 innings.
Yeah, Guerra. Oh yeah, I remember Guerra. It was a away game. Guerra threw 3 or 4 towards the end of the game.
Well, I think that was a great bin.
Yeah, 3 or 4 scoreless innings, and that really helped us win that game.
Yeah, and he had 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 walk, and a 0 ERA until that happened, and that happens. All pitchers.
Now it's 1-2. Make it 2-2 now.
Well, we got to think about that Bethel College player of the game.
Oh, yeah, true. I
Yeah,
mean,
this game's kind of gone pretty swiftly now since, I mean, especially it was kind of dragging a little with all the walks.
we'll see what happens here. That ball's chopped into play. It's going to be basically a great bunt right there.
Yeah, well, swinging bunt.
Yeah, swinging bunt for Brandon. That's going to be a base hit. 1 out still. Yeah, going back to player of the game, you know, just have to look through his stats after this break, and you know, if we do make a comeback, obviously, we'll decide then. But we'll see after this break, as that ball gets away from Harper, and I mean that's just not what you want.
Yeah, right now.
Breaks up the double play right there, and that's going to be ball number 1 as well. I mean, what so far what it looks right now, it just looks like we're just kind of getting lazy.
Yeah,
even though we were we're still in this game. And
the big thing you cannot do just this whole game. You know, you look at all the zeros up there. I mean, it's been unbelievable. It's zeros and zeros against a pretty tough hitting machine.
Six straight shutout innings, and we're still losing.
But however, our hitters, you know, the same pitcher was in there, and we've got to make some adjustments, and that's just right there. And we've got, just kind of looking, you and I were going through it, you have, you had the 1 run in the 5th, if the double and the triple, but other than that, it's been pretty 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
So now it's been 2 over the past 15, have been on base.
And I'm just saying sometimes, it's like maybe put a bunt down, do something, just get somebody on base, especially when it was 4-3.
Yeah. But now it's 3-1 for Autry, and he's going to pop that one up towards the left field side, and Jack Bell make the play right there, and that's a little bit closer than probably needed to. But that'll be out.
And that's tough play, because if Jack Bell's running on his heels or anything like that, ball's jumping around. He did a great job because that's a tough play.
Scared what Easton was going to do there too. It seemed like it was Jack's ball, but both of them have great speed, so they can probably both get there.
But he called him off, and I'm sure he did.
Oh yeah,
because he's going to go right after the ball. You go after the ball as hard as you can till you hear you're called off.
So he looks at strike number 1. So now we got a Cade Clemens. Yep, so that's going to get away from Harper again, and it's going to be another free base right there for.
Yeah, Harper, right there. I don't know, it's in the dirt, but you still got to block that, as a catcher. I don't know if it was on the plate. Could you tell from the angle? Because that's the toughest part.
It looked like it may have hit off the plate, and Harper just lost a side of it.
But that's what catchers do. Now, right now, he's definitely got to be a wall. Can't have this score.
1-1 count. And that's a hard hit ball towards the third base side, and
it is in.
And it's going to be fair. They're going to call it fair. And that'll be a double for Clemens, and that's going to score another run for Hutch. But
well, and like I said, it's going to be different if we get in playoffs. Now I don't know what we're going to do hitting wise.
Yeah,
I think pitching wise we'll have some different pitchers in there and all that. But the thing is that you got to learn how to beat these teams. And we had an opportunity yesterday.
Yeah, big opportunity.
Well, yeah, big chance.
They had 5-6 errors, and we just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, they were like giving it to you, almost. And it's just one of those things that we just have to learn. Fortunately, we're not a college team that say, well, we can work on it, play 50-something games, and get better as a season. Our season could come to an end this weekend. We don't want that. So
that ball's hit towards the gap in right in center field, and let's see who makes a play there. And nobody makes a play right there, and that's just going to drop, and that'll be another score for Hutch.
Yeah.
It just seems like right now we're just giving up. I don't really know how to.
Well, and I think
explain it too much.
No, it's good pitch. It's like I said, they're good hitters, and what we've done. We got those zeros. We were doing some pretty good things. Of course, you had Zach Gillig in there, and
Drake Gerard
came in there and did a pretty good job.
Gerard back at third. That ball's hit towards Jack Little, and that'll get us out of the inning. But
he did a good job centering his body right there.
But now heading to the bottom of the 9th, it's not looking too good as we are still in this game with a potential grand slam. Will tie this up, but it's going to be tough to get those runs back as now we're down 7-3. as we head to the 9th inning, and we'll be right back. And welcome back to the bottom of the 9th, as the Sluggin Rebels gave up 3 runs at the top of the 9th when we're only down by 1, and that's just not what you want. Plain and simple, it's just not what any team wants, especially a team that has been struggling getting some points up on the board. Runs, excuse me, but we do have a new pitcher on the mound. So Clark Henry comes in. Pinch hit. Looks up ball number 1. New pitcher on the mound. It's Carson Cornelius. He's from Barton County, also from Hutch. So he's going to foul that one back, 1-1.
Okay.
Yep, and Clark Henry. You know, if you need a spark on the team, Clark Henry's the answer right there. As Jack Little's right behind him, so he came in for Dvorak. Look at that one, 2-1.
You know, it means let's get a couple guys on, see what happens.
Cornelius, 4.65 ERA, 1 loss. Hasn't faced too many batters, and this might be a good spot to try and get a comeback, as now it's 2-2.
And Jared, I tell you what amazes me, look at that flag. I mean, how many games we've been here, that flag's
waving like crazy.
Yeah.
Thing is not even budging at all.
No, just really weird here.
It's almost 9:30, 10-10. Step off the plate for Cornelius, or step off the mound for Cornelius.
It's kind of a weird game though, because we, all the walks, it seemed like it took forever. Then all of a sudden it just sped by with all those zeros.
That's going to be a swinging strikeout for Clark Henry, and that's going to be out number 1.
Yeah, a lot of strikeouts. I don't know how many you have right there.
So we got Jack Little up.
I think it's 10. I think that's 10 of them. And that's one thing, and that's the thing is you got speed. You got to put the ball in play. I think that's what we did yesterday, and that's why they made those errors.
Yeah, especially with who was it that led off for us? It was Caleb Hill.
Yeah, you put the ball on the ground.
Hill beat out 2 ground balls, and and that caused them to rush their throws and make errors. They had 2 pass balls that inning. But now it's 0-1 for Jack Little. That's going to be a nice hit towards the right field side and just fall straight into the right fielder's glove.
Yeah, that was a good shot, though.
It's going to be out number 2.
That was a good hard hit. That's what I'm saying. That's when you evaluate, and you got to look at the hitters, and especially who's going to be playing. I mean, you get in that tournament, you got to play the guys who are hot. You got to play the guys who are hitting the ball hard. The guys who are making, if they're making outs, are they hard outs or these outs? But they're not striking out. And that's what you have to do as a coach. Guys have to make adjustments.
Brandon Harper trying to save the home record right now with 2 outs now, and swung that first one, strike number 1.
Yeah, Harper's 1 for 3. And you got to look when you're, like I said, even if you're on the bench or you're not starting this game, when you come in, you got to be ready. You know, when your number's called, you got to be into the game.
So now it's a 1-1 for Harper, 2 outs. That is a
good eye.
Good layoff right there, 2-1. Palmer right behind him. He tries to lay off that one, but it will be called for strike number 2. Two and 2. 2 outs. And that's going to be a strikeout for Brandon Harper right there. And that's going to end the game, as your final score is 7-3 in Hutch's favor. And to be honest, I think the 2 things that it came down to, as it comes down to most of the games, especially in this Hutch series, is our pitching rotation and execution. We've had a lot of players on base. You know, we've had unofficial count in my head, but probably about 5 times where we've had the runner at second with no outs or even 1 out, and just couldn't score off that. And you know, our rotations were being burnt.
But you know, we had, like I said, you had Zach Gilligan there, Gerard out there, and they kept those zeros in there. I'm just concerned because this wasn't one of their top line pitchers. I mean, nothing against him, but he's a good pitcher. But it was just that we didn't make adjustments, and I just feel as a coach that you shouldn't see a guy 4 times in a as a
game and still strike out.
Yeah,
looking,
yeah.
You know,
and they had 11 strikeouts, so it's something that we still need to work on, and I keep hoping that we'll put it together, figure it out, and the thing is, we run out of time.
Yeah.
I mean, you got these guys tomorrow, and then
you got the tournament.
Then you got the tournament. In the tournament, we just got to turn it on. We got to get guys that, especially want to be there, want to come out here, because when you look at games like we played Cheney and you play these guys, these are top 2 teams. We're almost right there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ask, Pat Hahn, he'd say, "Hey, man, you guys had an opportunity, to win 3 games, maybe 4. We were right there. So you got to come ready to play, and maybe that's what will happen. We'll play Hayesville, and Hayesville's a team that beat us 3 out of 4.
But there is a reason why we had 9 All-Stars,
right,
on the team.
And
so we have the talent there. It's just we need to utilize it.
Just have to put it together. And I talked to the team, and most of them don't even think they put it together yet. So, but anyway, tomorrow we play at Hutch. We will be there, and we will have our player of the game come in here.
I believe we had is Drake Gerard.
Drake Gerard. He was 2 for 4.
2 for 4, and he had a great outing at the
RBI
pitching mound with 2 innings pitched, 1 hit, and 2 strikeouts in 7 batters faced.
Well, and he had the last hit. I mean, if you look at it, last 1, 2, 3, 4 innings, he's the only guy that had a hit. So now, and I want to ask him about that. Is what made this pitcher so tough? So we'll take a break right now.
Yeah, we'll take a break right now as Gerard is here and ready, but we'll take a break and we'll be right back.
Here we are. A guy that I've gotten to know pretty well, and guess what? A two-time winner.
Yes, sir.
Two-time winner of this. And, that's very rare, it seems like. We've had a couple guys, and you're one of them. So, anyway, let's talk about you real quick. And let's do your, like I said, the second time. It's been a while.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
Where are you from?
Midlothian, Texas.
All right.
35 minutes south of Dallas.
And you're going to Tabor College.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you're still a criminal justice psychology major.
Yep.
Or anything changing there?
No, I actually graduated this past spring with 2 degrees, and then I plan to get my master's.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Now, where are you going to get your master's? I mean,
I'm gonna get them at Tabor.
Okay, Tabor.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know if you were going to Harvard or something like
Oh,
that.
man.
Guy with your brains and everything.
Oh, you sound good.
Hey, come on, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But anyway, talk about some of your hobbies.
Really, hobbies, we just work out. I work with younger kids and give them lessons and coach back home mainly. And so, really, baseball is just all my life, really.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yes, sir.
And let's talk about your parents.
Danielle and Brad Gerard, they don't miss a game.
All right.
At all, so what's going on?
They'll probably say, what's that coach? He doesn't know much, does he? They say that? They don't say that?
No.
All right. And what about your siblings?
I'm the oldest of 6, all kind of one mom and dad. Dustin, Dax, Delaney, Dane, and Demi.
Man, I like that. I remember you telling me all the D's.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of us.
And that's cool. I like that. I think it's neat when families do that.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
So you went to Midlothian High School
Yes, sir.
in Texas there.
Yes, sir.
You were first team All-State shortstop.
Yes, sir.
And I know you told us about your injury that you had and how you feel now.
Oh, I have no problem with it at all. I take stretching a lot more serious, especially before and after games, and try to work out the muscles that need to be worked out, not just going in there and throwing weight around. So,
well, I think when you have an injury, then you realize. I mean, guys don't understand how you take it for granted.
So
you take care of your body.
Oh
better.
yeah. That whole year and couple months was it was rough.
Right.
I hate to sit there and watching, but I'd rather be on the field.
Well, let's talk about your favorite team.
Rangers.
And who's your favorite player?
Arnado.
Still
100%.
Arnado?
Oh, yeah.
I thought you might have somebody like Seager or something now.
I like Seager. Anyone on the Rangers I'm a big fan of. They're playing for the Rangers, so,
Yeah, everybody on there. Who have been some of your favorite players on the Rangers? I mean, I follow the Rangers.
I used to like Michael Young.
I was about to think about
Love
it.
Michael
I was
Young.
just thinking about it. I would like that guy.
Oh, yeah. I loved watching him and stuff, so.
But I even watched it when they had Juan Gonzalez. Back years ago.
Hank Blaylock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
they
there you
had
go.
some guys, man.
Right.
They always had some good sluggers.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, your favorite personal athletic moment?
Favorite personal athletic moment was probably coming off Tommy John and throwing that first, finally getting back on the mound and throwing off the mound after a year and 4 months. So.
Well, that's awesome.
Oh, yes, sir.
I mean, mentally, that had to be,
Yeah, it was rough, but God was there. So.
Well, and like I said, special person. I know we talked about this the first time, but people might want to hear again. A special person, 5 minutes that you wanted to spend time with.
Oh, my grandparents, Ruth and Dan, and my Aunt Kay, and all of them.
And tell everybody why, because I remember this. And
they don't. They call me after every game. They're always supportive. They send me text messages. My grandpa will let me know if I'm doing something wrong real quick too. So I appreciate just getting that time to talk to him still and stuff like that. So.
All right. Does he agree with Coach Carv on some of my
evaluations? He loves you.
Oh,
he tells me how good of a job you do.
It's kind of a job where you don't hear a lot. Unless it's, I mean, I hate to say negative stuff. You don't hear a lot, but. Thank you. I'm glad somebody out there. And I'm trying to look at it from a coaching standpoint, and it's tough sometimes because and we'll be talking about our team, but it is tough. So I appreciate that. So now your dream job besides baseball?
Intelligence analyst with the somewhere in the bureau, FBI, CIA.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool, man.
That's the plan. Yes, sir.
I want you to do a promise right here.
All right.
You're gonna stay in touch with me.
Of course.
I want to see what happens to you, man.
Of course.
So I think you're gonna be very successful.
Thank you.
And stuff like that. So I do want to hear from you. Okay.
Yes, sir. Of course.
I want to see where you are. And I know if you're CIA, you probably can't. You can't talk to me, right?
I always got time for you. Come on.
But anyway. Let's talk about the team. It's a tough series right here. And Jared and I were talking about this. and the pitcher out there, was shutting us down. What was so special tonight? What was he so special?
He didn't throw, super hard or nothing like that, but he had a good movement on his fastball for sure. He dropped down, and which gives you that kind of that inside tail on righties, and really, that's really, to be honest, all he had, really. You take away that, and he's got a slider.
Yeah, and I always get frustrated. I'm speaking Coach Carr, the college coach, because when you're sitting there, and 4 times this guy's, I always looked at the first time you're up, okay, we know what he has. Second time makes him, third, we ought to start hitting him.
Right.
He shouldn't be there the 4th time.
Right.
And so, it had to be frustrating for you guys.
No, for sure. And, we had people hit the ball hard and, just didn't find holes, and that's going to happen. That's the beauty of baseball. So,
and I know you and I have talked before, about the importance of summer ball. It's baseball.
Right.
I always feel like a lot of guys say, I always hated, and I've been a college coach and I've been a summer coach. They'd go, it's just summer ball.
Right.
And to me, this is the closest. If anybody has any professional, aspirations, whatever, this is where you want to be. Because and I've talked to scouts, wood bat, playing almost every day, playing in the heat, and in college, you play like the Tuesday weekend series.
Right.
Yeah,
you get some time.
Then you're playing with middle.
Right.
So what's your take on, how do you feel about that?
No, I 100% agree. I think, not our team, but
right.
Others, they just kind of come here, I'm just going to go and get reps. And, and Josh Jones said it the best. And, when you have guys on second and third, you're just not looking to get an AB. That's a pressure situation that,
right.
That you got to come in and what you got to work on and stuff like that.
And that's why I say, it's like bunting or anything. If you can work on it, then when you go back to your school,
right.
Hey, coach, look what I do. And you obviously, you want to get that job and show that I deserve to be here.
Right.
Because coaches are always recruiting. I
right.
can tell you,
yeah.
I had a guy that was an All-American, hit 504.
Oh, yeah.
And Brett Schaefer years ago. And I said, well, I'm out recruiting trying to get somebody better than you. And he goes, well, he's a shortstop. Well, I guess maybe I could play outfield next year.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way I was going to replace him. But it was just the thing that you kind of, you don't want anybody to get, you have a great year and all of a sudden you think I'm the best.
Yeah,
so,
agree.
So what do you think of the team? And from the whole, this summer, it's been, it's kind of been up and down, I know. But I want to hear from the player standpoint what your thoughts are.
We still come to the ballpark and like you said last night, like you can tell that we care. It's not, we lose and, it's whatever. But, guys here take this serious. And, that's a big part of why, I love being on this team. They don't just come out here and just, it's just another day and
right.
just to get my reps in. No, we try to win. It's competitive. So
no, that's awesome. And then, like I said, I enjoy watching you. Especially on third base. I'd say you're a Gold Glove third baseman.
I appreciate it.
I really do. I was a third base, so I look at that. I'm pretty critical. So that's compliment Grandpa. He does a great job. And then you're pitching, like I said, you and Gillick today shut him down. And it gave us the opportunity to get back in this game. So
yes, sir.
So I appreciate that. Now talk about your host fan.
I'm living with actually Coach TJ and Coach Josh.
How's that work? You got to be on your toes on that.
They keep me on my toes.
I bet you that place is so clean and everything in it.
Oh, we have our days. Hey, we have our days. Trust me.
I know you guys watch a lot of movies, play video games.
Oh yeah.
They've already told me all that. So
yes, sir.
Wait, well, we're get out there. We're going to have some fun over here. We got some pizzas coming and stuff like that. So
there you go.
So there we go. And so anyway, but the Bethel College player of the game right here.
Sir, appreciate it. Oh, thank you.
There you go.
Sir,
congratulations. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All righty.
Yes,
well,
sir.
Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
And welcome back. We're just going to do a closing segment right now with just me. I'm Jared Obleckner. I was here with the general manager of the Rebels, Carvello. That's why we call him Carv. And we're saying goodnight and closing out the summer Sluggin Rebels home field season. We are going to be back in Hutch tomorrow night for the final game of the entire regular season. And then we'll be right back here at Klein Scott Field on Saturday. And we'll see where we go from there. We play at 5. We play against Hayesville, it seems like. And then if we win, we either face Cheney, most likely Cheney. And we'll go from there. And, we'll have the schedule out and everything from there. But your final score was Sluggin Rebels 3 and the Hutch Monarchs 7. The Sluggin Rebels would like to thank this season's partners and sponsors for making our 2022 season summer awesome. Without their support, college baseball would not be here in Newton, Kansas. Thank you to the Colonel Tim Mahler family, Peyton Paul, attorneys at law, Pizza of Noon, Midway Motors, Bethel College, Dillon's, the John Oldham family, Curtis C's Diner, Shamrock Car Wash, Central National Bank, Roofing Services Unlimited, the Carl Hodges family, B&B Lumber, Freddy's Frozen Custard, Graber's Ace Hardware, Arby's, Applebee's, Ray Roofing, AutoZone, Bumper to Bumper Auto Parts of Noon, Reality Connections, Gillespie's Meats, Wendy's, Empower Physical Therapy, Charleston Insurance, and Intrust Bank. Special thank you to all of our host families in Noon and in Wichita for opening their home and hearts to these college baseball players for the summer. Tonight's game has been a production of Sluggin Rebels Baseball. On behalf of the entire Sluggin Rebels staff, we thank you for watching tonight's game and invite you back tomorrow night as we head down to Hutch to watch the Sluggin Rebels face the Monarchs for the last time this season. And after that, we'll be right back in the 2023 season in June and July, so don't miss a minute of action. We'll see you next year and tomorrow. Thank you and good night from Newton, Kansas.